Hello everybody, this is VerticalSandwich, and welcome to a post-commentated episode where we are going to clean out the remaining heart pieces and the remaining skulltulas that we did not get in the walkthrough, or the LP, or during the plot line. So, if you go to this log, and I know I talked about this log during the LP, when you're a kid, it's in the river on the way to the Zora's domain. There are these frogs, and you'll step on the log, and it'll say, there are frogs watching you from underwater. And if you pull out the ocarina and play your non-teleport songs, they'll give you stuff. They'll give you 50 rupees for every song, except for the Song of Storms, which will cause them to sing the song Singing in the Rain and give you a heart piece. So, you get 50 rupees for every song you play that's not the Song of Storms. The Scarecrow song doesn't count. And each song you play, aside from the Song of Storms, makes them grow bigger. Makes one of them grow bigger. And then once you've played all the songs, you can play a different game with them for another heart piece. But we'll get to that. Anyway, I've been avoiding talking about this in other videos, but somebody dumped a bunch of 64 games on me, Nintendo 64 games. And, like, some of them are pretty cool, like Pokemon, Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Snap, Stadium 1 and Stadium 2, which I've never played a Pokemon game, so that, you know, might be interesting. Also, Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie, somebody gave me a copy of, so, I'm crossing my fingers, because the person who gave me all these games still thinks that they have some, and I'm really crossing my fingers for Conker's Bad Fur Day, because I haven't played it, and I hear it's awesome. Majora's Mask would be cool, too. They also had the expansion pack, so the memory expansion pack, so if I got Majora's Mask, I could also play it. They had it because they have Turok. They gave me Turok as well. So, anyway, so now, new games. Hooray, more options for LPing. Although I'm hesitant to do Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie, because I actually think that Nintendo Capri Sun's, at least his LP of Banjo-Kazooie, I think is kind of the definitive LP. Like, watching that and having never played the game, I thought it was amazing how well he did in that game, and how well he knows it. But, you know, since when has the definitive LP ever stopped me? I mean, like, Slim Kirby has, you know, a Simpsons Hit and Run LP that has millions of views on it, you know, like, or over 1 million views at least on the first video. You know, and I still did that game. And Lord knows there have been better LPs for Ocarina of Time and Mario 64 than the ones that I've done, so. Yeah, and I could say done because at this point, recording this post-commentary, I've finished Ocarina of Time. It's done. The game is toast. So yeah, I was shocked at how easy it was for me to finish it. Because I haven't really played through the entire game in like 2 years. So. Yeah, look at us, we're all huge frogs. They're the fabulous 5 froggish tenors. So you gotta make them jump to eat bugs. And what'll happen is, a bug appears above one of their heads, and they each correspond to a button on the controller. The 4 on the right are the yellow buttons, and the one on the left is the A button. So this is what it looks like when you do it right. If you take too much time, it, you know, conks out and they jump in the water. The pattern never changes, by the way. Oh, I also, because I finished Ocarina of Time, I do know what my next LP is, and it will be unlike anything I've ever done before. Ever. So. I have another one of those planned, by the way, as well, sometime later. An LP unlike any LP I've ever done before. But I'm waiting. I'm really holding that one back. But this next one, ooh, we should have fun. Lots. And you should have fun. It should be horribly frustrating for me, but. And that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, and that it's not Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Tooie. So, in the LP, we actually tried to get a skulltula out of here this way, I believe. And it didn't work. So, and the reason is because it takes a long time for the skulltula to come out. It's an unnaturally, like, patient skulltula. Also, I should say, I didn't record commentary in any of the video that I'm showing you because of how much I had to look around. It took me like 8 recording sessions to get all this stuff. So, and if you know what all the last heart pieces we didn't do, if you know what those entail, you know why it took me a bunch of times. So anyway, so if you come back to the Spirit Temple as an adult, and like this, I had no idea that this was even in here. And I've done 100 skulltula runs of this game before. But this really threw me for a loop. But you come over to this fairy fountain that I talked about. And if you make it night, there's a skulltula in one of the palm trees. So we'll be getting that. Anyway. So yeah, so I mean, we really, I was surprised too because I've never gotten all of the heart pieces in this game before. And it was because I really thought you got them from the shooting gallery. But you don't. None of them come from shooting galleries. You don't have to do perfect scores in the shooting galleries to get anything but, you know, item upgrades. So. Alright, so there's a skulltula for us. Now, in Zora's Fountain at night, there is a skulltula. And if you follow the walkthrough, if you get all the skulltulas as soon as you possibly can, this is number 100. Like, this is the last possible skulltula you can get. So, we didn't do that. So, obviously, because we missed some. We missed some really simple ones. I'm really disappointed in the ones we missed. But, I mean, if you're going to miss some, you're going to miss some that... I mean, we missed 8. So, if you're going to miss 8, you're going to miss some that are... Well, not this one. We never attempted to get this one. So, we missed 7. So anyway, this is where the fairy fountain was in Zora's Fountain. And so if you pick up this rock, which you need to go through the Spirit Temple to be able to do, there's this place with invisible skulltulas in the ceiling. Hint, hint, everybody. A hidden cave with skulltulas in it. I wonder what the prize at the end could be. VerticalSandwich, you don't have to be sarcastic. I don't. You're right, I don't. I don't have to be sarcastic. Or do I? Do I? And then you climb up here. I mean, this is way out of the way. They built this whole section of the game is just built for this 100th skulltula. And there he is. You can see him right now. He's on the wall. So for us, this is not 100. We still have skulltulas to get. 4 or 5 at this point. Oh, wait. 5. 5 more. So through the magic of video editing, we'll go get some of those. Right? And although it doesn't... Okay, so we just came into Gerudo Valley from the Gerudo's Fortress. And I know, like, this is going to jump me all over the place. Like, because I was just at Zora's Fountain or whatever. And I'm going to have to go back there. But this is the order I did these things in. So I just kept them in this order. So there's a skulltula on the wall behind this tent here. And actually... I get this skulltula, and then there's another one behind it that I actually got during the failed video during the Bigger Bron Sword Run. And the next heart piece I also got during that video. So I didn't know I hadn't gotten them. I just assumed I had. So this skulltula here I actually got. The one on this stone archway. And I know I abandoned the skulltula count that I was doing on the videos in this LP. I'm sorry. I just lost track. I lost track and it was too much to go back and watch all the videos to see it again. So anyway, so up north here, there are some trees, and by one of them you can bomb, and there's a heart piece there. So, we'll show it. I mean, you're going to see it. Actually, I'm right next to the tree right now, and I thought it was this one up here, and it's not. But, Yeah, I really had good intentions with that, but then I started messing it up, and I wasn't taking notes or anything while I was doing commentary, and I just made a bunch of mistakes. And undoing those mistakes I thought was a lot, so I guarantee you we showed all 100. Or we will be showing all 100 when this is done. Out of sequence post commentary, not my favorite thing in the world. However, it does give me more of a chance to kind of talk to, like, at you rather than talk about the game. So, because right now it's like late at night and I'm like, sitting and listening to like owls go crazy outside. That's what's going on. That's the only thing that's going on. It's 4 in the morning here because I work third shift now, so all my recording and stuff is done in the middle of the night. So there we go. We got a piece of heart. So 2 more, and those 2 are probably the hardest in the game. They're the race with Dampe and so we had to go back to Zora's Fountain to get into the ice cavern because I missed a really obvious skulltula. And I actually, when I came into the ice cavern, I only thought there was 1 skulltula in here. So when I found like the other ones, I was like, oh wow, I'm doing really well. But no. So you go into this blade room here. And there's our skulltula, like obvious as day. Although I suppose day is probably not as obvious. No, day's always obvious. If you know anything about the way the sun moves around, you're fine. Oh, I don't know. Above the Arctic Circle, it might be points in the year where it's not as obvious. I don't know. I've never been above the Arctic Circle. Although I worked with a guy once who had certificates for having crossed the line of the Arctic Circle and crossed the equator. I don't know. So the Antarctic Circle was like hit the last certificate he needed. There was another one too that he had for like crossing the date line, I think. So anyway, so in Kokiri Village, when you're an adult at night, there is a skulltula on top of one of the houses. And I believe I got this one during the Bigger On Trade sequence video that I lost as well. Which was why I never went back for it. LPing is hard, people. Don't let anybody tell you it isn't. No, it's completely not hard. Like... So there it is. It's this house with like the Y-shaped top or whatever. Okay, so we raised Dampe the Gravedigger to get the hook shot, right? Wasn't that the thing we did, right? When we became an adult? You can race him again, and if you break a minute, if you can get the race done in a minute, he'll give you a heart piece. Now, this took me 4 freaking ever. And I will probably make a failure video that I will post later after the LP is done. Of just the immense amount of footage I have of me doing this race wrong. So. I actually, I included the last heart piece. I included all the failures for that in this video. Because there weren't as many. This is rough. It's really rough. So, and I mean, it took me a long time just to kind of get the route down, so I didn't have to kind of worry about the route as I was dodging his stuff. And I got hit here, so you can get hit and still do this. So 1 hit isn't going to ruin it for you. 2, however, does a pretty good job of ruining it for you. So when you get over here in the race, you have to hook shot to this thing. This lantern. I don't think you can make it any other way. So we got it in 57 seconds. I can't tell you how many times I got a minute and 1 second. Oh. You get a red rupee if you get in here before the course closes, but don't break a minute. And every time you fail this race, you lose a heart. So I actually had to use a fairy at one point during my tries. That's how many times I failed. Now, we're back as a kid. You go into the Lost Woods, and over here, where we did kind of the Mask of Truth stuff and all of that to get upgrades, you need to plant a magic bean. Because that magic bean, the plant, all it does is take you to the skulltula, which for us will be the last skulltula. So here's the route. This is going into the Lost Woods as an adult. This is the whole route to get there. It's essentially like right up, left or something. But go past Mido and take it left. And I think you also have to do this at night. So, that's 100. So now all we have is the last heart piece. And we can continue on with the LP. We can continue on with the live commentary and all the stuff I recorded way before I'm recording this. Okay, so this is the Gerudo, like in the Gerudo area, there's this shooting range. And, oh, I must have cut out a loss here. Because it said, do you want to try again? Oh, no, I played earlier. That's right. Okay. So, this is the course. I'm just gonna show one run and then all the failures, and then the winning run. And all you have to do is break 1,000 points with like 20 arrows. We could have easily done it right here if we were a little smarter than we are. But it's good that we didn't, because we get to show kind of the whole route. The horse always runs the same route. The targets are always in the same place. And at this point, I hadn't learned that you need to shoot really fast. Like, just zero in on one target and just nail it really fast. I didn't even use all my arrows in this run. So 810, not a bad start. $970, people. 970. I think I shot 970 twice. That's just one arrow short. There's a video in here. I think it might be this next one coming up where I just I gave up and was shooting into nothing. Yeah, right there. Did 220 was my final score. Cause it's all about hitting the jars at the beginning to really give yourself a good start. Oh, 890 was the other thing. Or maybe I did shoot another. I don't know. There's one more to go. I can see on the thing. Oh no, 970 again. Yeah, there we go. So here we go. Here's the winning run. Here's me doing everything right. Well, not everything. 1500 would be doing everything right, because that gives you the big quiver, which we're not gonna get. Because this took a little while. This didn't take me nearly as long as the hour it took me to do Dompe's race. All right. So here we go. This is what it looks like when you do it right. Like, that's the start you need right there. Yeah, I mean, and then you just do, like, when you get onto a target, just shoot everything you got. Those are 890 rounding the curve here. I think we theoretically, now we could not have gotten the big quiver. But there we go. 1210. That's my all-time best ever in this game. Because I've never wasted any time on this before. So there we go. That's every heart piece in the game. First time ever for me. Now, everybody knows this. This will be the last thing we show. The reward for getting 100 skulltulas is that guy in the I did cut that in. I left directly from getting the last Skulltula to show this reward, but I wanted to end the video with it. So, anyway, so you go to the house of Skulltula, and that guy's healed now. And the thing he gives you is probably regarded by most people as like the worst reward in video game history. Because what he gives you is, I'm just going to say it. He gives you 200 rupees. But you can go in and get them whenever you want. So it essentially gives you infinite rupees. But in this game, A, you can only hold 500 rupees. And B, you can't do this till so late in the game. What do you need to buy? You know, it's completely worthless. So there he is. Since you've destroyed 100 spiders of the curse on me has been broken. Thank you, here's a token of my appreciation. Please take it. Yeah, that's it. That's the thing. That's the deal. And if you go out and come back in, he'll give it to you again, but who cares? So, there we go. Now we can continue with the LP, completely full up. See, you can see we haven't gotten the last heart piece yet. I'm missing a heart in this part of the video. But we can continue with the LP, completely full. 100 Skulltulas, all the heart pieces. And, yeah. So, you guys take care. Thanks for watching and putting up with a very long post-commentary video. So bye, everybody.